I wanted to go over really quick how to resolve the F10 and F11 issues and also teach you how to drain your Asko dishwasher. Because I actually was on the phone for like over 30 minutes with customer service at Asko just trying to figure out how to drain my dishwasher, because at the bottom sometimes you'll get it filled up with like water down here, and I was just trying to figure out how to get that water gone so I could get not have a bunch of water sitting there. And I was going through all the different settings on here trying to look for drain, and none of them were drain. And so I later found out that just by pushing power and then closing it, if you come over here, then it actually starts draining right away. Well, I guess it doesn't really have any water in there right now. But that's the first thing. Oops, I forgot to push start. So you have to push start, obviously, and then close it, and then that's when it starts draining. A little bit of water will come out right now because there's not a ton in there. But that's how you get it to drain. And once that water stops coming out, you just open it before it starts refilling with water. But I also want to talk about how to get rid of, my main thing is talking about how to get rid of F10, F11. And so we've had service done on both these dishwashers. We have two dishwashers. We've had service done on both of them over the last 3 years, and now we're outside of the warranty coverage. So now I've got to figure out how to fix my own stuff. Because so for F11, here's something that you do, and this also sometimes helps with F10 issues. So you just have to turn this, so it turns off to the side a little bit, and then it lifts off this whole thing. And this is like the best time to do this is right after you finish a load, because then it's already really soft. So you just have to wash off. You can see how it's like nasty and some of the stuff. You just have to wash it off. Rinse all that grossness that's on it, because you'll get like food and stuff that's stuck in that. It's too big for it to go in the drain. You just wash that off really good. And then down there, I'll just leave that in here for now. And then in there, there's also still some more nasty food stuff. So you can even drain some more water out. Like I would get like cups out and get this water out. But also there's a hole in there, so I've cut a toothbrush in half and I just like scrub inside of that hole, because sometimes there's food that hardens inside that hole. So I just scrape around there. And then when it drains to do your next cycle, then it will get rid of that water that's in there. So to put this back on, this comes apart too. If you want to scrub it a little bit more, like I'll probably come back and scrub that a little bit more. But you pop that in there, and then you put it in, let's see, turn it in like that and then snap it in. So you can feel now that it's locked in when it's locked in. This still can come out, but this basket part is locked in now. So then for this other, for the F10 issue, that was for F11, but for F10, we actually just barely had a guy come over to fix F10. So in the start of this video, or maybe in the end, I'm not sure which one I'm putting it, it talks about, it shows what F10 does. And this is the dishwasher that had F10 issues. And I was like trying to get it to start, and it would like just turn blue on this light right here, and it wouldn't start. And initially it'll like drain. Usually when you start a normal cycle, it'll drain and the water will come into your sink, but it wasn't doing that. It was just turning blue, and it was, when I opened the dishwasher, it was just like buzzing. Like the pump was working, but nothing was initiating. And so he basically just came over here and he unplugged, so he unscrewed this, and then he just took this tube off. So it's kind of barbed. So I had my husband try and take it off for me and try and do that, because I looked at some videos and they said that this is something that you can check to see if it's clear, but I was like having a hard time getting that off. So I was like, well, maybe it's not this. But it was totally this. For F10, that basically means that this, and your pump is working, like how mine was, it basically means that this is clogged. So I should have tried harder to try and pull this off. So this is super easy to unscrew. This is just holding this tube on more securely. So if you unscrew that and pull this off, it's barbed, is what he said. And that's why I asked him why it was so hard to take off. And he said it was barbed. So you just pull this off. You'll just have to put some effort into taking it off. And then once it's off, we got a big bucket and we just set it inside of here, put that tube inside of the bucket, and then started the cycle on this dishwasher again. We just push power and then start. And then things started draining from in there into the bucket that we had in there. So basically F10 means if your pump is working, then this tube is just clogged. And so after we had that cleared out, then he plugged it back in, and then it was working just fine. He ran through a shorter cycle just to make sure that that was it. But I had to pay $155 for him to basically unplug that and put it inside of the bucket and run a cycle. So that's why I thought I'd make this video, so that hopefully it'll save you $155 or however much for fixing F10 and F11, just based off of the things that I've learned in the past through fixing my stuff. So I hope that helps.